da 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 da. Hello, 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 hello. Is this thing on? I think it's on. Okay. Hey, everybody. What a fun time we had. What a fun time we had over the weekend over in the Albuquerque way. That was so nice. Absolutely a joy. Really surprised at the number of folks that we had travel from so far away to come and play with us, gather together. Just I wouldn't really call it a gaming convention. It's really just nothing more than a casual gathering of Pulp Alley players. So this is some of the loot. I wanted to plug this in so I could show you how cool this is. This is a 3D print that Marty Devine put together for us. So when I turn the lights on and I shut this off, like all of this color goes away. So it's printed in some kind of, these colors are printed, and there's like some sort of LED lights back behind it that's making that. It looks really sharp. Much cooler than it shows up on this camera. This cool sign here, this is a cool metal sign. Really nice that Bob put together for us. How awesome is that? Marty Devine also made these cool unstable vortexes. And again, I'm not too sure, he 3D printed these, and these things are sharp. These are perilous just to touch them. But do you see how the color changes? It's almost like iridescent, where the color changes based on the lighting and everything. So just really, really cool. Same with this one here. Check that out. Just crazy stuff, crazy. Bob made this cool little hat here for Bessie, so it's got this awesome Pulp Alley ears on it. So really, really cool. I'm gonna turn on the lights, so that'll go.
Kaboom.
Yeah, kaboom. And then when I unplug it, see, there it is in all of its glorious whiteness. And you can see kind of the various layers of the 3D print. Just, boy, talking about what a remarkable, age we live in, that this is something that people can print out and do. Look at that. So when it's on, you can see all those different colors in it. But very, very cool. Very cool. There's that hat. Here's these things. You can see them even better now. Check that out. I mean, what kind of sorcery is this?
Unstable kind.
Yeah, it's the unstable kind. Look at how the colors are just changing as it moves. Just really, really cool. And that's not painted. It's actually just 3D printed. So this isn't painted at all. This is simply just the filament, multicolored, some sort of sorceress spell cast upon his filament. So really, really cool, really cool. So we had just a ball playing games all weekend long with everybody. We had folks from just all over. Gosh, I don't know. Manny drove all the way from Los Angeles.
That wild man?
Yeah, just absolutely amazing. Marty and Joe drove. Keep your legs down. Marty and Joe drove all the way from Chicago down, and they were doing the
Route 66.
The Route 66 tour. So they were going all the way from its very beginning there around the Chicago area all the way to Santa Monica, California. So they started it a few days before Pulpalooza. They drove by, stopped in at Pulpalooza for a few days and then continued on. Go play at your workshop, Bubba. Go on. And then continued their journey on to Santa Monica. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. And I don't know how many of you got to see some of the other pictures that they posted. one of the little savages. Oh, I tell you what. You know, and I feel bad because there's like so much going on. There are so many tables that are going, and I personally I don't play in very many games because I feel like I have to kind of be available for rules questions or to chat to people and you know, introduce people to the game and things like that. But at the same time, I still don't feel like I get enough time to really sit down and just chew the fat with people. You know, I would have loved to sit down with so many folks, and I can't name them all because, you know, there were so many folks there. From Jim drove over from Texas, loved seeing him there. Kevin from Phoenix, just absolutely new faces to come. But I do remember both of them have been longtime players. Kevin, I think, said that he even has some of the old miniatures that Mila used to paint. I don't know how many of you remember when Mila used to paint some of our Pulp Alley miniatures, and she would sell painted miniatures as well as just our regular ones. We don't offer that anymore because she moved off and is doing her own thing now. But how cool is that? How cool is that? And folks like Chris Girardi from Kansas City, just outside of Kansas City, and Jeremy drove over. And I remember Chris Girardi, and gosh, this is going back maybe like 15 years or so. I remember meeting Chris Girardi for the first time when I was promoting another game that I had worked on in Kansas City at a convention there, and he and I started talking about a game idea, and we were talking about, you know, a time traveling game or like a Doctor Who style game where you could travel with the same character through multiple time periods. And that was one of the inspirations that we had for putting together Pulp Alley as well. So just, it was great that he came and he brought his wife with him and he brought 3 of his kids, and little Ivan was just having an absolute ball. I sat down and did a demo with his entire family, just to kind of give him a little bit of a refresher on the Pulp Alley rules. But he had been playing with them, and they already knew the rules, and just had a heck of a time sitting there and playing through the scenario. And I think Ivan was like 10. I don't remember how old the other 2 are, but they were older. And then Ivan played in Greg's pirate game, and he won one of those sessions. And then, you know, Ivan played in the Battle Royale, and he ended up winning that, spending nearly the entire game in the middle of the table, on top of a building, sitting up there shooting people down. Now, that wasn't a huge advantage because several people actually went up there at one time or another during the scenario, but it was really, really cool. Anyway, man, I could just go on and on and on. So just a big thank you to everybody. Adam brought his son Donovan over over there. How awesome was that? Just like so. And then
did you mention Jeremy?
Yeah, Jeremy from Kansas also. Yeah, yeah. He came down. He
Jay?
drove all the way. Who?
Jay.
Oh, Jay. That's what we're calling him now. And then just, oh my gosh, I can't even name everybody because I know I'll end up forgetting somebody and getting in trouble. So it was an absolute Pulpalooza. We had 17 players this year in our Battle Royale. Mm-hmm. Last year we had 12. So that tells you right there we had more folks hanging out and playing. That wasn't everybody either. Jim had already left. Kevin had already left.
Sean left.
Sean had already left. Jeremiah wasn't there. So there was a handful of folks at least that that were there that didn't actually play in the Battle Royale, but 17 players all together playing in one big game, and that was crazy fun, just amazing. So we got a chance to play test the Magic rules. We got some really good feedback.
We got some great feedback.
Yep. So we're making some adjustments. We're taking everybody's suggestions and feedback and making some tweaks here and there. I don't want to suggest that we change just based on what people say, but it's got to be good feedback, right? And I don't mean that in a bad way, because sometimes I give myself bad feedback, or I'll try something and it's like, well, that didn't work, and I try it a different way. Not everything that gets a suggestion.
That we don't necessarily
right. It's still helpful.
It's helpful.
Yep. It's still helpful because it lets us drill in on why we did it a particular way.
Yep.
So, on the drive over from Amarillo to Albuquerque, it's, I don't know, like a 5-hour drive or something, 4 or 5 hours, depending on, what is it from Amarillo to Albuquerque?
Oh, it's only 4, I think.
Yeah, 4 or 5 hours. On the drive over there, Bessie and I started working on rules for a game, a mini game. You guys remember the Trials of Lemuria, when the little scenarios, or the little mini game that comes between the scenarios and the Lost World of Lemuria? So we were working on a new mini game called Pulp Rally, which is a car race. You could use it for a cross-country car race, or even just like an oval or Grand Prix sort of race. But had a lot of fun with that. Play tested that. We designed it on the way over there, and then we got to sit down and play it with people there at the convention and made a few tweaks, and they loved it. They loved it. Also, It Belongs in a Museum was popping out here and there in between games and getting played quite a bit as well. So that was fun. So lots of fun. It makes me think, and we've talked about it before, I'd like to possibly do an expansion pack for It Belongs in a Museum, and I'd like to see where we could add in a little more player versus player, a little more, things happening maybe. So maybe we'll work on a little It Belongs in a Museum and expansion. Which brings me to the idea of more cards. So there are several ideas that we have to work on as far as new packs that we would like to do. So I'd love to get some ideas from you guys, from what you would like to see.
To the workshop.
To the workshop. So here are some ideas. So if you're watching this at a later date, or if you're watching it now, think about the different card pack ideas that I'm going to talk about, and whether or not you would like to see something like this added. Is it worth us continuing, to work on it? Now, all of these things are things that I would like to have. All of this stuff is something that is like I don't make things to sell. I actually make things because I want to use them, because we are players. So, what about a experienced characters deck that was made up of all of our Pulp Alley characters, but experienced versions of them? And we've done a limited number of them in the past. There's an experienced version of the Phantom Agents running out there, where all 4 of the Phantom Agents, Phantom Ace and Rutherford and Roswell and Gage, all have experienced versions of their cards out there. Would you like to see a experienced characters deck, that includes all of our characters? Something to think about. I know we've got to do a new assets deck. So We retired our old mini cards. We probably won't do mini cards again. It'll probably be full-size cards. So it'll be the gear and gadgets, probably in one deck, the backup and tips and contacts in another deck, and the third deck will be the weird stuff like the cults and the minions and the dark gifts. So those would all be in another deck. So I think it would be 3 different decks, and they'd probably be in like the 50 card range. So that's something that is a definite something that we're going to do. It really just comes down to when we're going to get around to doing it. I would like to use a Harrowing Escape deck, but for people that don't use Harrowing Escape, and it's really only for playing through campaigns and things like that, but I think it would be fun to expand on the Harrowing Escape.
Harrowing.
What?
Harrowing?
Harrowing? Is it? Okay. Harrowing. I've been corrected. It's Harrowing Escape. I think it'd be fun to expand on that, but it is only geared towards people that are keeping track of their leagues from one scenario to the next or playing through a campaign. So something to think about. Would you like to see a Harrowing Escape?
We liked the minis too, but at the time they were purchased because they were cheaper, and I don't think they are any longer. Cheaper.
What are you saying?
Somebody said they liked the mini cards because it could fit on the thing without covering. It could sit easily.
They still stack in the same way, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. They would still stack behind the player or behind the character card. I liked the minis too. Obviously, that's why we made them. At the time, they were less expensive. That's what Bessie was saying. At the time we did that, they were actually, it saved us a little bit of money by making the mini cards. But now, I think the mini cards cost the exact same as the regular size cards. And more people said they didn't like the mini cards compared to the people that said they did like the mini cards. So we'll probably just go with full-size cards when we do them. Would you like a Perils deck or a Perils pack? Just like we did with the Adventure deck, where we kind of fine-tuned or gave more character to plot points, and they could be used for Perils too. Would you like to see a deck that was just made up of Perils? Would you like to see a deck that that explained what the perils were? Oh, it's a swarm of scorpions. It's a poisonous viper, venomous viper. It's a knife in the back. It's different things like that. Is that something you guys would like to see or not? Perils deck, a reputations deck, also a perks and reputation deck. Would you like there to be the perks on cards like we do with some of our canon, our Pulp Alley characters? They all have that any of them have a perk includes that card with them. Would you like to see that expanded where there was, for people that want to make their own decks, would you like to see a deck of league perks that you could then have the card out there? So when you're doing to help you remember and to have that card out there so people are clear, would you want to have a perks deck? Scenario builder deck. Scenario builder deck is a deck of cards that includes special rules for scenarios. So it would be a card that has difficult area on it. It would be a card that says perilous area on it. And it could be a card that add a bystander, add this and that to your scenario. All plot points are no drop. Select one plot point to be no drop. So, and you could do that. You could do it random. You could just say, I'm going to pick out 5 scenarios and just add those 5 cards to a scenario like, smash and grab and say, bam, bam, bam. There's 5 special rules just for this scenario. You could draw them randomly, or you could use those cards to create specific scenarios and say, you know, well, I want these cards for this scenario. And then also it would be something that we could use going forward to include in the scenarios that we design as well, just like we did with the adventure card. So anyway, scenario builder deck. Who wants to see the weapons packs come back? Would you like to see weapons cards printed? And would you like to see those come back and maybe expanded on? So let me know that. Encounters, that would be kind of falls into the perils and encounters sort of thing, where NPCs could pop up and stuff like that. And Charlie is playing this weekend, I hope. Hey, look at there. Love the scenarios builder deck. Thank you so much. All of this sounds amazing. DWLO, thank you so much for. So I'm gonna got Nay on here too. Yes to that too. Or Pauline. Be cool, but David Kayusha. Thank you so much for sending that scenario. I hate replying to stuff until I really give it enough attention, and I've been so swamped, brother. And I apologize. I feel bad because, you know, you sent that to me several days ago, and I appreciate you sending it, and I did get a chance to open it up and look through it, and it was really cool. I thought you had some really cool ideas in there, so I'll send you a proper reply. Who wants to see the vehicles cards expanded? Who wants to see that deck expanded on? Would you like to see some armored, you like vehicle pack 2 include maybe some armored vehicles or something like that? I hate to release something like that before we get around to updating the new Pulp Guns, Gadgets, and Vehicles book.
If you print them, we will buy.
Oh, look at you, Adam. Thank you so much. Well, I understand that. And this is all stuff that I want, but I can't work on all of it at one time. So sometimes I like to get an idea what y'all would like too. Today I was working really hard on updating the magic rules based on a lot of the feedback that we got from Albuquerque. And there are a few things that we're still gnawing on, a few pieces, a few nuggets of feedback that really deserve more time and play testing, so we're kind of fiddling through some of that stuff. So Charlie, I hope I don't know if Charlie's on here today, but I think he's scheduled to play with us this Sunday. Chris Girardi, I see him on here. Thank you so much for being on here, and thank you so much for coming to Pulpalooza 2025.
Greg was asking if we could do videos on using tanks in a game, looking at diving into some World War II action.
Okay. I'll add it to my list of things. So the other ones were superheroes.
Superheroes.
Which is the same thing. Using tanks, superheroes, same thing.
He's not on.
What are you talking about?
Charlie.
Charlie is not on here?
He's not
okay, all right. Well, Nay, let him remind him that he's scheduled to play on Sunday. So, all right, sweet darling. What'd you say?
Does that look like enough like a spider body?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Is it gonna have a separate head, or is that just the body?
No, this is the head.
So, like, when I looked up the deal about the brown widow, it said it was less poisonous than the black widow, but it was still poisonous, and it's still. Yes, I'm right here. You want to shut the door? It's blocking the way.
Well, it's okay.
Why do you need to shut the door? Why do you need to shut the door? You want to play the train? You want to play the game where his trains are ghosted? Okay. All right. Will that work for you now? Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. You know, I just loved everybody being there. All the folks that came. Obviously, not everybody was able to make it, but we had a lot of folks there, and just it's very humbling to me. It's like you know, I feel bad that I don't get to spend as much time as I would like to when we go to those sort of things with everybody. I feel, you know, I don't know. It's hard, you know. I played in, I only played in like two two games.
Oh.
I did the game with Chris and his family, and then I did a demo for Marcus. And most of the time, I was just kind of wandering around
I
taking
won the
pictures
pirate
and
game.
stuff. You know.
Got a pirate book.
Oh yeah, we have. Well, doggone it, I wanted to get that out here too. I have those thingies that you want in that. So anyway, lots of, and we're gonna do. Hopefully, we'll do some more videos. Jim Stute had asked us to do like some pictures that had included folks' names. If you saw the cool terrain that we had, and we were posting just crazy amounts of photos all weekend long. So it also comes the time to start talking about where we're going to do it next year. So we will.
And if you want it closer to you than Albuquerque, all you need to be is my boots on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. You understand what she's saying there? So David Lowe, for those of you
Boots on the ground.
have come to Albuquerque, you'll understand that he does a lot for us to get this set up. Like, I have very little contact with the people at Slice and Dice. He goes there and he sets everything up and he makes sure that the tables are arranged and kind of talks, you know, with other folks. So Bessie and I basically just show up. So we're not the coordinators or the people that are making it happen. It's Mr. David Lowe that really makes that happen for us.
Have we told him thank you publicly?
Well, I would tell him thank you, but I don't want him to get a big head.
Thank you, Mr. Lowe.
Thank you, Mr. Lowe. So if you would like to do that, if you would like to take on that challenge and say, you know, I think we could do it.
If you want to beat DW at his own game, step right up. Toss your hat into the ring.
Yeah, yeah. You know, there's places like, you know, could we do it down in Texas? Could we do it, which, you know.
Chris already gave me a Kansas City with 3 or 4 exclamation points.
Yep. Could we do it in Kansas City? That actually moves it a little bit further north. I'm not sure, you know, no matter where we move it, it's going to make it further for some people and closer for other people. So it really is a tough situation. You know, there's no favoritism or anything like that involved. It's just really trying to find a good place where we can do it.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah, if somebody is you know, wants to really put something like this together and make it happen for us, then we'll try to show up. The
only way we'll do it is if it's in Enid, Oklahoma.
What'd you say, baby?
I said the only way we'll do it is if it's in Enid, Oklahoma.
What does that mean? Oh, the only way that we would like
be the boots
do
on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
My boots only touch the ground.
My boots only touch the ground in Perilous Island, Oklahoma. So, you know, could we do it in Kansas City? Could we do it, you know, in Michigan or Chicago or, you know, Pennsylvania,
California.
So there's just so many different options.
West Virginia.
And it's easy to throw out names, but the hard stuff is actually, you know, finding a way to find a location that we can do it in, and that
serves pizza and has tables.
Yeah.
Some
so
quirky, kicky music.
Meeting everyone in person, yeah, that was absolutely amazing. You know, getting to see so many folks that drove, and there were a lot of surprises. There were a lot of surprises. Marrakesh would be good. Japan would be good. I don't see any reason why, especially if you could get
if we can plan it on
some
sumo
tickets in October. But there's not a bike show in October.
Well, we'll just have to stay late.
Just
Go
spend an
early.
extra couple weeks.
Yeah. We'll
Go
go in
early.
September for my birthday.
And do the September buy show, and then
Yeah.
maybe if you can arrange this for a place to stay, that also helps. So if you can find a place where
Don't tease me.
if we can stay for the week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, however long we're there.
We may never come home.
We may not. We may just stay.
We're
We're
gonna look like assholes.
Because then we'll leave the kids, because I don't think they'll be able to find us.
How are they gonna find us?
How are they gonna find us? How are they gonna
The
know?
hat, like the horns and the beer cans.
I'll get a mustache. I'll grow a mustache.
Who's
And
gonna know?
they'll never find us. And that.
He's gonna try and go to the sumo museum in February.
Oh, David and Kyushu. Is it in? Bride G. Bride G. So, I think you ordered an attendees package, but I don't think you showed up. I could be wrong, but I don't think I saw you there, Bride G. I tried to message you, but let's try and get together, Bride G. If you could please message me so I know that it's you, because I think you paid for an attendees package, which includes the big poster, and I hate shipping those, but if I have to. Oh, and we talked about the store. The store at this time is still open on the old site. It could be dead any moment. Within the next few days, we may chop it and just go black, and then that will force us to get the other store up and running. That may be the only way that we ever actually get it done, is to chop off the old store
Bob.
and just shut it off. So, anywho, thank you so much for being here with us. Hope you all had fun. I love the t-shirt. Yes. There's a place very similar to Slice and Dice in Overland Park with a restaurant game place attached to a gaming store, gaming room. Very cool. Maybe feel them out, Chris, and see
Chris,
if...
you're already throwing his hat into my
throwing some KC out there. Who would be willing to travel to KC? That would be fun, wouldn't it?
I could probably do KC.
We have a few Kansas folks up around that. Maybe we could do it. What place is it in Overland Park? So I don't know that would be. That would definitely be further for folks like. Manny, it would probably be further. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it would be or not. What is KC? Sounds like a soda. It is in fact a soda. It's RC, sir.
Royal Cola, baby.
Tabletop Game and Hobby and Cardboard Cafe. Well, feel them out. Find out Tabletop Game and Hobby. Alexander Girardi is on here too.
Woo!
Woo! Very nice. Very nice. Was Alexander there? We had Roman and Ivan
and
Sophia, Guinevere and Chris. But I tell you what, as far as big families go, Mr. Girardi is leading the way at this time.
Alexander missed it.
I missed it. Oh, okay, Alexander. Well, hopefully we can get you to come and play with us if we get a little bit closer. And then there's enough Kansas City folks around that area that we might just try to get up there for a day. Jeremy's up there and Chris is up there and the Girardi clan, and then Dennis Cross is up there in Kansas somewhere. I don't remember exactly where he is. Possibly Topeka, but probably not. Because there's other Kansas folks up in that area. So maybe we could do something like that as well. Just get up there for a day or something.
Sniff it out.
Yeah. All right, and that's it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for being part of this craziness. This is this community that y'all have kind of created here. It is all of us together. So we definitely appreciate you guys. Did you want to come say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Tabia, you're okay. I promise. That scared you, but you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Play us out of here, Bessie.
trying. All right, we're good.